Hey creative friends, welcome to my channel, and in this video I am so excited because I was able to get some cranberries, and I have been wanting cranberries because I have this awesome book on fermented vegetables, and there is a recipe for pickled cranberries. I'm dying. I gotta try it. So I was able to get some cranberries, which actually I just bought in bulk. Our little store had them where you could just scoop out as much as you want, and I got pretty lucky because I got enough to make 2 different recipes that I'm going to show you. So the first one is for pickled cranberries. I'm going to go over the ingredients, but before I do that, I want to show you the little crock that I'm going to use. And I gave this a test run. I bought this because I just thought it'd be really pretty with the little cranberries in it. But I filled my cranberries up, and the thing that's cool about this, and this is in my Amazon affiliate store, so if you go down there you can get this. But the thing that's cool is it's got this little piece that goes in the top. So when you get the cranberries to here, that's going to stop them, and the liquid can come up just a little bit, you know, on there. And so it's easy to keep things underneath. Then it has the trough where you put I put brine, so if it drips in there, it's not going to dilute it at all. And then this goes over the top. So the gases will release just fine, and the liquid is an air lock. It's like a liquid lock, so it keeps the bacteria, dust, stuff like that from getting in there. It keeps the good bacteria in though. So anyway, this is just a really cool little crock. I like it. And then you can even turn this over and take things out and put them in here if you want to like serve it. So I like that. So that's the crock that I'm going to be using for the cranberries, just because I think it's going to be really pretty. Now, what do I need? I need cranberries. And it says to do 2 8-ounce packages of fresh cranberries, and this recipe is for a quart. I think this is a little bigger. Anyway, so I just measured out the cranberries. It also, you know, just size-wise to see how they fit in the container. And then 5 slices of fresh or canned ginger. I have the ginger, and I did read that leaving the peels on actually helps it ferment better. And 2 cinnamon sticks. Got those. And a tablespoon of whole cloves. So I have that. So those are the only ingredients. And what it tells me to do is to rinse the cranberries thoroughly, which I have done, and then combine the ginger and the cinnamon sticks and the cloves in here, and then just mix them all, get them all kind of mixed in together. So, oops. So that's awesome. I have to manually, maybe I will pick the ginger out and kind of disperse it in there, mixed up. Now, the brine that it calls for is called, it's just the basic brine, and that's a 1/2 cup of unrefined sea salt. You know, I'm using the ground Himalayan pink salt, and a gallon of chlorinated water. Well, I'm not going to need a whole gallon, so I broke it down. So that'd be a 1/2 cup for a gallon. That would be a 1/4 cup for a 1/2 gallon, which would make it an 1/8 cup for a quart. And that's what I've got. I've got my 1/8 cup, or wait a second. Yep, I got the wrong one. Let me get the 1/8 cup. Ooh, my other measuring spoons have an 1/8 cup measure, and that one doesn't. So here's my 1/8 cup. So if it's a 1/2 cup for a gallon, 1/4 cup for a 1/2 gallon, 1/8 cup for a quart. So I'm going to mix in an 1/8 cup of salt. I'm going to have to pick some more of this up when I go to Costco. I'm using a lot of it because I'm fermenting, and I'm having such a good time with fermenting. And I'm excited about the cranberries because I love cranberries. And this is going to be awesome. So I'm going to mix this up. Get this all dissolved nicely. And then it's super simple. You're just going to put it in this cool little container. You could use a quart jar with like a fermenting lid and a weight to hold things down. You could do, you know, any kind of a jar, as long as you've got some sort of they call it a follower, to make sure that the product, your cranberries and stuff, aren't floating above the water or the brine. It all has to stay under the brine. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Let me see if I get that mixed up real good. I want to make sure there's no salt that's not dissolved. Okay. That looks pretty good. All right, I think we got that. And now I'm going to take my super cool little Chinese fermenting crock. I think it's so neat. And then I'm going to start putting in some of these cranberries, throw a cinnamon stick in there. Just imagine how good these are going to be. gonna be awesome. I'm gonna make sure I get the cloves. I want to make sure the cloves are mixed in nicely in there so they're not just in one big clump. Oops. These are going to be delish. And I just think it's cool because I'm doing them now. And then it says, you know, they'll be ready for holidays. Get that cinnamon stick down in there. And then it says, for a crock top with, keep things in place, water-filled Ziploc bag. Okay, and then we're going to set it aside to ferment for 7 to 21 days. During the fermenting, monitor the brine level because you never want it, you always want to make sure it's underwater or under brine. You don't want the brine to dissolve or to evaporate. This is a cool book. There's also a recipe for cranberry relish, which I fully intend to do. Okay, there's that. Now, so simple, I'm just going to pour the brine in there. Doesn't that look pretty? I think it looks great. It's going to be so neat. Let me get my cinnamon stick in there. And now we're going to pour the brine over it. Make sure, I hope I don't need to make some more brine. Nope, I think this is going to be perfect. Okay, so I'm filling that just to the bottom of that little, there we go. Okay, now my little topper thing goes in there. And you can see it holds everything under the water and the brine comes right up. You can see it coming right up the neck of the jar. So everything is under it. Awesome. Now I'm going to use the rest of the brine and I'm going to pour it around the edge to create that water lock. I'm going to put that over it. Oops, there we go. Little air bubble. And we're done. So simple, and it's just beautiful. Isn't that pretty? I am so excited about this because I love cranberries. I love all the flavors that are in here. Cranberries, cinnamon, ginger. This is going to be awesome. So now my instructions say to set aside on a baking sheet to ferment, which I have my little fermenting corner, out of direct sunlight and cool for 7 to 21 days. During the fermentation period, monitor the brine level and top it off with the reserved brine solution. I'm not going to have any. I would just make some if I needed it. As the mixtures ferment, the berries begin to lose their vibrant color. The brine will become only slightly cloudy, unlike other ferments, but will instead be the color of a rich rosé wine. You can start to test as soon as 7 days, and the ferment is ready when the brine tastes acidic like spiced vinegar, and the berries taste pickled. So there you go. Pickled cranberries. I am so excited, and I will let you guys know how this tastes as soon as 7 days. I'll test it at 7 days, and then we'll test it again and see how long it takes it to get to the way I like it. So I hope you guys give this a try. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.